down. And thanks for coming out. At least we have decent weather today. Just a usual reminder that if you have a cell phone, please turn it to off or to vibrate so that you don't disturb your neighbor or the speakers. Are there any additions or corrections to the minutes of June 24th? They came in your green bag on June 30th. Hearing none, we'll accept them as distributed. Our opening reflection today is going to be led by Becky Wyatt, who is our reflections recruiter. And the topic she has today is titled Kites and Slinkies.
Hello. I have two grandsons and four residents here to present Kites and Slinkies. About 20 years ago, I was helping dedicate a new playground at the Spectrum School here in Rockford. The theme of my comments being the value of play, or being well-grounded in play. I coined the phrase playgroundedness, not just grounded, but playgrounded. Thank you, Jill. Jake and Jesse and I have been having fun this summer with our kite and our slinkies over here. Hold them way up, guys. And they've been a lot of fun. Now, the trick of a kite is getting it to defy gravity by going up and riding the wind. However, the trick of a slinky is getting it to use gravity to flop down the stairs smoothly. Both of these activities can be very frustrating on their way to being very fun. So keep in mind this quote by Harry Banks. Let's read it all together now on the screen. Ready? If at first you do succeed, try to hide yourself.
Thank you, Becky, for a very original reflection. This month, condolences were sent by Linda Lawrence as sympathy cards on behalf of the resident council to the families of Georgia Haywood, Ruth Wood, Mark Helge, and Mildred Bridgman. So we thank her for doing that. We're on to our guests. The first guest today is our Employee of the Month. Margaret Lebrecht, who is from Dining Services, is the Employee of the Month, and she's unable to be here, but we're going to hear about her from Katie, who is the interim manager of the bistro. Katie.
Margaret sends her apologies. She's not feeling well, so she wasn't able to make it today. I just wanted to speak a little bit about her. I came over here to help out when they needed a manager, and I didn't know the residents or the bistro and how it worked. She stepped up and stepped into that role with me and showed me right alongside every day what needed to be done, how it needed to be done, and how to take care of her residents. That was her biggest thing. She wanted to make sure all of her residents were taken care of. When I first started, she was just a wait staff. So seeing the role that she's had alongside me, I thought she needed more. So she is now one of our leads. She has done fantastic in that role as lead. And because of that, she got nominated for Employee of the Month. And she did win the Employee of the Month this year. Or this month, sorry, not this year. So she will be back in tomorrow. So when you see her, just stop and congratulate her and let her know how fantastic she's doing. All right, thanks everyone. I will pass it on to our next speaker.
The next guest is our fitness resident of the month, who is Kay Heisen, and she's going to be introduced by Jill Smith.
Ready?
Hi. How are you guys doing today? Yes, Francis, we're good, right? Do you guys all know Kay? Yes, Kay is our July Fitness Resident of the Month. And why did we nominate Kay? Well, what is one thing we are always trying to get you guys to do? We're trying to get you to do new things, right? Have you not heard us talking about trying new things? Try a boxing class, try ukulele club, try coming to the swimming, try coming to cardio drumming, come to a new activity, come to bingo, come to try something new, because it's good for our brain. And Kay is such a good example of that. She has been trying all the things since she started Wesley Willows. We just started a boxing class, and Kay has not missed one. So be careful. She's been boxing. She's been improving her skills. She's tried the ukulele club. Is that true? Yes. She comes to drumming. And whatever she comes to, she just tries her best and gives it her all. And so she is such an example of trying new things and being consistent. So congratulations, Kay. She gets an award. And I told her, you can put this, frame it, keep it forever. It's so special. Except I forgot to sign it, so I'll give it to you tomorrow. Sorry, Kay. But I will see you tomorrow, so I'm not worried. All right. Thank you so much. Congratulations to Kay.
Thank you. Next up is the new resident introductions, and to be made by our welcomers. And to start with, Kim Van Busker from the west side is going to introduce the couple.
Howdy. I don't know who ordered this weather, but you rock.
It was me.
Of course. This afternoon, I am very pleased to introduce you to John and Jan Stewart, who have moved into 4234 Schmidt Lane. They're my backyard neighbors. John is a Rockford native, graduated from Rockford West High School. I'm told that's a big deal for you locals. He served in the Army as a retired social studies teacher and was the swimming and diving coach to Wilson and West Middle School athletes. He's very proud that some of his divers advanced to very high levels of competition. John loves to read mysteries and is an avid Cub fan, for all you other Cubbies out there. I guess you get to move in. Jean is from a very small town in Wisconsin. In fact, it took 3 communities in her rural area to share a single high school of 50 students. She taught physical education and family living at Wilson Middle School, then moved to Auburn High School, while coaching many girls' sports like swimming, basketball, volleyball, and softball throughout her career. She also loves to read and enjoys puzzles and stitchery. And today she hit a par and said that quote that was up there. The Stewarts are looking forward to acclimating to their new lives at Wesley Willows. If you'll stand up and face all these lovely people, I invite you to join me in welcoming them to our Wesley Willows family.
Next up is Martha Burns, who has another couple to introduce.
Thank you, Gail. Hi, everybody. Oh, isn't this wonderful that we have such a great attendance today? I'd like to introduce you to Bruce and Karen Nelson. You need to get to the good part. Of 4152 Catalpa Woods, and it is my pleasure to talk about them. They are natives of Rockford. and they have a winter home in Scottsdale, Arizona, which is near their daughter and grandchildren. And they're also the parents of another guy you know in the back named Brett Nelson, our COO. CEO. Yeah, can't read handwriting. Anyway, they see him and his family when they're in Rockford. And Bruce had a career in bank operations, retiring in 2014, but then started a whole nother career as a community banking consultant until just recently. His preferred pastimes include golfing, biking, reading biographies, and science fiction. Ask him about the book about the science of pitching baseball. A graduate of Rockford East, he is unashamedly a White Sox fan. I have to say that with a little disdain for my husband who couldn't be here yet because we're Yankees fans. But anyway, Karen, his wife, a Guilford alumna, is a Cubs fan. What do you think? Do opposites attract?
Divorce.
She not only raised their children and frequently cares for the grands, but as a former phys ed major, she loves to play pickleball most days, or take bike rides. And she previously taught cheerleading and worked in the Rockford trustee's office, among other things. Please join me, please stand, in welcoming Bruce and Karen Nelson.
Nancy Woolley has a couple of new residents from the suites to introduce. Nancy?
Can you hear me? I'm Nancy Woolley, and Hello, I'm Nancy Woolley, and I have a great pleasure today of introducing Pat Lundy, who has moved into the Suites 3E356. Actually, she's been here, or moved in for about 2 days in January, and then took off for Florida and returned in May, so that's why we're a little late in introducing her. But she was born and raised in Grand Rapids, Michigan, and shortly after her high school graduation at age 17, she married Don, her husband of 66 years. By the time she was 20, she and Don were parents of a set of twin boys, Rick, now living in Rockford, and Ron living in Florida, followed by a daughter, Cheryl, who lives in Connecticut. They purchased their first home when Don was only 19 and lived in Michigan for the first 7 years of their marriage. Today, Pat has 7 grandchildren and 13 great-grandchildren. Don began and ended his business career as an employee of the Norton Company and also worked to earn a college degree. He and his young family were transferred many times during his rise in sales management. Pat was primarily a homemaker, but as the children grew up, she worked in retail as a dental and medical office assistant. The family continued to move frequently. From Michigan, they lived in Indiana, New York, New Jersey, Texas, Pennsylvania, Massachusetts, and Rhode Island. Their sons actually had to attend 3 different high schools in 3 different states. And then finally and permanently, they moved to Rockford, where they settled in 1983. The move to Rockford was a promotion to the highest sales management position at CB, Norton Division, and Don assumed responsibility for running operations of this branch of the company until his retirement at age 58. Remarkably, during their 30 years together in Rockford, Pat found a new career in her middle and later years when she entered the modeling world and worked
worked successfully for several years as a print and fashion show model. Until Don passed away in 2022, he and Pat wintered in Naples, Florida, where they owned a second home. Pat was an avid tennis player until she underwent back surgery, and both she and Don played golf. She still plays an occasional golf game. Pat has enjoyed traveling, particularly to Russia and China and Alaska, which she did with a friend. Today, she plays bridge at the Bridge Center and enjoys reading, but she is now looking forward to making new friends and joining in the many activities available at Wesley Willows. Please join me in welcoming Pat to her new neighbors at Wesley Willows. Secondly, I'd like to introduce Klaus and Monica Knappik, who live in Suites 2, H444. Now, I'm very pleased to introduce them today. They were both born and raised in Germany, and they lived through World War II. It took a lot of effort and maybe a miracle or two for them to get together, as Monica lived in East Germany at the close of World War II, and Klaus lived in Berlin, West Germany. For those of us who remember those times, we know that that was a very sharp division, and that living in East Germany was a very harsh life. When she was 9, her family were able to escape under harrowing circumstances by getting a train that took them to West Berlin. This was 7 years before the Berlin Wall was constructed. At that time, Klaus, who had lost both his parents as a young boy, was working to free himself of legal guardianship and began working as a coal miner as a youth, with dreams of obtaining a visa to enter the United States. Monica was working as a seamstress when she and Klaus met, when her sister's boyfriend brought Klaus along on one of his visits to her family's home. They fell in love. This same boyfriend later became Klaus's sponsor to get that precious U.S. visa that he had dreamed of. However, Klaus was told that when he entered the U.S. in 1960 on his visa, he would be eligible for the draft, and of course, he was in fact drafted into the Army shortly after his arrival. He returned to Germany, though, in 1964, and he and Monica were married. Klaus then returned to the U.S. and became her sponsor for a visa to enter the U.S. It was 6 months in the approval cycle before she could join him. They settled in the Chicago area where their son Siegfried was born. They lived in several homes in West Dundee and Lombard. Klaus worked as a pipe fitter, and Monica worked in an Italian deli where she learned to bake wonderful pastries. She also worked part-time as a crossing guard at Siegfried's school. Klaus retired in 2004, and he and Monica moved to Lake Somerset. In 2017, they became naturalized U.S. citizens. Today, they are the proud grandparents of 2 grandsons living in Schaumburg. Aside from trips to Germany, Klaus and Monica have also traveled to Alaska and Cuba and have enjoyed several cruises. Monica enjoys walking, gardening, baking, cooking, reading, exercising, and is looking forward to a fellowship with her new neighbors at Wesley Willows, and I can personally attest to the fact that she's been tackling that task very successfully. Klaus enjoys photography and watching sports, especially soccer, which he has played and coached in the past. He is also interested in motorsports, including Road America. Please join me in welcoming Klaus and Monica.
Welcome to all of you. Glad that you've joined us. We have some announcements from some of our resident-led activities. First one up is Ken Lemmel, who is in charge of the community garden.
Good afternoon, all.
Good afternoon.
Isn't today weather-wise better than it was yesterday? All gardeners say aye. Aye. We've just finished over the past week our first pantry run down to the Rock River Valley Pantry, which started off stronger than I think we've ever started before. And this morning we had our first gardener's market, which I think started off stronger than we usually do in the season. At this point, we have about 240 pounds of produce that's gone to the pantry. And our market today brought in $290. So we are going to go on from there, and 2 weeks from today, if you still want sweet corn, mark it down for the gardener's market in the north parking lot. Now, it makes me sad to tell you that even as early as this in the season, gardening season, we're dealing with pilferers. I get a phone call. My tomatoes were just coming to the perfect harvesting point, and today I went and they were gone. I want to put that in context because it's not really about tomatoes. This is not the first time that's happened. It's happened from time to time over the years that we've been gardening here. And first and foremost, I think, from the tone of voice of the one who called me, is just that they feel dishonored, pilfered, stolen from, if you like. Part of what gardening is about is bringing home some nice fresh produce of various kinds. A part here for the community garden results in support of our Good Samaritan Fund, which helps folks here who need that assistance in order to stay here and be cared for. And a part of those kinds of labors also results in our sending, as I say, at this point, 200 some pounds of produce, and by the time the year is over, that's going to be way over 1,000 pounds, half ton. Now, I can't believe that there's anybody in this room who would sneak into the garden and pick somebody else's perfectly ripe tomatoes. But just on the off chance that there is somebody here, maybe more than one somebody here, who may know something about that having happened. So my word about that is, stop it. Stop it out of regard for the labors of the gardeners who produced that. Stop it out of regard for the Good Samaritan Fund and the people that assists here. Stop it reaching out further out of regard for those who are served by the Rock River Valley Pantry, who need it more and more every year, indeed every week. just stop. That's my word to you. Pass the word. And thank you for your attention.
Next, we're going to hear from Claude and Gracia, who is from the social committee.
Man, can a pilfered tomato taste as good as the one that you grew yourself before in the store? Find it hard to believe. Anyway, on behalf of the social committee, I want to announce that we are having a dinner concert on August the 25th. Music will be provided by the Bluegrass Reunion Band. They have played here before, and those of you who saw them at the time really like them, so I encourage you to do that, to come to this dinner concert. We're going to do things a little differently. We are going, if you want to make reservations, you got to use Valvesta, the green bag, or called Brenda's desk and make a reservation. Do not call me. I've already had 2 calls. So we're doing it differently this year. Tables will not be assigned. It's going to be done the same way as we do the birthday dinners. You come, you sign in, you pay, of course, and you choose whichever table you want to sit at. The doors will open at 5 o'clock. Dinner will start at 5:30. The show starts at 6:30. So, I encourage all of you to sign up for this, and I'm sure you will enjoy it. Are there any questions as to the way we're going to do this then? No? Okay. Those of you who in the past have wanted to sit with your friends and would reserve tables, we're not doing that. So I would suggest you and your friends get here early so you can pick the table that you want. So, okay. There are no questions then. I'm sorry?
How much?
Cost $35.
Thank you.
If you live in the suites, of course, your meal plan will apply to that. Okie dokie. Thank you very much.
And more information will be coming in the green bag. The last person to be heard from is me. And basically, I want to remind people about the retired nurses' month sale, which is coming up. You should have received in your green bag an order form. It is in support of the Rice Scholarship, which is for employees of Wesley Willows, all 3 areas, so they can go back to get an education in some kind of health care. So fill out the order sheet, turn it into guest services, and the last day you can order is August 14th, and they can be picked up in September, and we'll put that in the green bag so that you won't forget about it. If you did not keep your order sheet, then Brenda, I think, has some downstairs. So that's it. On to administration. We're going to start with Brandon Burkle, the Corporate Director of Facilities and Grounds.
Hello. I just want to say that Chaplain Allen, in my opinion, is the best dressed employee. That's a fact. But I also want to comment that I'm wearing the same color as he is. And Lloyd's kind of close too, so. Awesome. The other interesting fact, if the Nelson's here too, I'm just curious who you all think is a better golfer, Bruce or Brett? Bruce. Raise your hand for Bruce. Yeah, it's not even close. Bruce is a way better golfer. Sorry. That's probably true. All right, we're going to talk about some work orders for the month of June. eyes are getting worse and worse every month. So we have 1,682 work orders created. And I know, right? And we completed 1,573. So quite a few work orders out there, but we're working on that. I'll explain a little bit more here in a minute. But our response times are still good. So 82% within the 1 day, and then 90% within the 1 to 3. So that's great. I'm going to blame Tricia for the work orders being because Tricia has officially transitioned into the marketing department, and we are happy for her. And I'm just joking. That's not the reason for that. But this week, Tricia did officially transfer over into marketing. We're happy for her. There's obviously a reason why marketing scooped her up, because she is an amazing employee and has done great things for the maintenance department. So we wish her well. So keeping on staffing, we're currently recruiting for 2 maintenance positions. Those are open positions, and we are recruiting for 3 additional positions. Those are technically new positions that we're bringing to campus. So we're working hard to get some seats filled there, and I know Toru had some interviews this week, so we hope to make some ground on that real soon. And on top of that, we're also recruiting for Tricia's position too. So she's been voluntold that she's going to come back and help us train that person, so she does it just the way that Tricia did. So looking forward to that. On our work order completion percentage for our well-zest and QR code, we're still hovering around about that 7%. So that's good. That's for the ability to enter in your own work order through the well-zest portal, or that QR code if you have those things. So again, that doesn't replace calling maintenance or whatever. It is helpful right now if you do that with the transition that we have in the department. So feel free to use that concierge tab on well-zest. A few landscaping updates. We're battling through some irrigation issues, and I would say it's not just this campus, it's Peterson Meadows as well. Obviously, we could use some rain, right, Garden Group? But we know we have some issues, and we're battling through those. A lot of them have been corrected over the last couple of weeks, but if you still think that you have something that's not working, or that brown grass that's just not coming back, let us know so we can make sure we stay on that. Summer pruning is underway. Manny's is working through that. As a reminder, if there's items that you do not want them to prune, we got to make sure we tag those with those red flags. So the maintenance department has those, we can give you those. If we mark those with the red flag, they will not prune those things. So if you're trying to get something to come back a little fuller or bigger, make sure we mark those with the red flags. We're still working on resident requests. We have a lot of those out there. We've split those up really between Manny's and Crimson Valley, depending on the request. We did a little bit of an audit this week, but kind of going through there to make sure we didn't miss any. A few of those other quotes got approved. But if you have something that's out there that you haven't heard anything on, call me so we can make sure that we follow up on that accordingly. We have a bunch of like dead trees and things that we're going to be taking care of real soon. Tree Care is going to help us with that. So we're kind of compiling a list. We don't want to just bring them out here for one thing. We're going to make sure we try to hit everything all at once. So hope to have that really soon. But they're still behind from some of the storms that we've had this summer. So they're working through that as well. And then just a reminder, all those landscaping requests or concerns really need to come through the facilities department. We want to make sure we capture those so that we can track them. If residents are having conversations with landscapers or Jeff Maney or the crews that are here on site, it's hard to track that. We don't know that that request has been made or that concern has been brought up. So we want to make sure we get that on our list or get that on a work order so that we can track the progress on that and follow up accordingly if need be. So again, if you have any of those things, if you talked to somebody a month ago and you haven't heard back, call me. Let's make sure it's on the list so that we can do the proper follow-up. I think that is it. Any questions? Thistles. Thistles.
Thank you for getting after the thistles, but the problem is you can kill the parent, but the seed head will continue to mature seeds. You got a whole bunch of seed heads out there ready to plump up. You need to hire somebody that's got a small flamethrower. Otherwise, you're going to infest our campus and northern Winnebago County.
Yep.
official thistle committee. So, yes, we've addressed a little bit. The comment was we still have a thistle problem in certain areas. We are working through that, and Jeff's been working through
You
that.
gotta get rid of them.
Yeah, I agree. Yep, I'd get rid of every thistle birdseed that would be out there too if I could, but we can't. Go ahead, Lloyd.
You mentioned call me about things. How about email? Is that as good, or which would you prefer?
Great comment. So Lloyd asked, email or phone call for me? I love an email because I can't call you at 5 in the morning. I can email you. So an email is great. Either way, I'll take either one, but email is preferred. Oh, wait.
Why is the water in the resistance pool so hot?
Why is the water in the resistance pool so hot? She had just asked me on the way in. I don't have an answer. We're looking through that. We don't know. So I don't have a good answer.
What is the resistance?
The resistance pool, the swimming pool. Yeah, or the lap pool. Not the swimming pool. Okay, yep, so there's a sprinkler concern, so I'll get your address and we'll follow up on that one. Go ahead. Our question was, if there's sprinklers in the yard, will it come on at night? Most likely, yes. There's not many of them are gonna run during the day, but there are some very large systems that will run into the wee hours of the morning or start early in the evening. So depending where you're at in that sequence of zones, you may or may not see those. I mean, what you're seeing now is just stress lawn and stress things, but all of our turf, for the most part on campus, has irrigation, just the pets do not in the homes. All right, have a great day.
Next up is Jessica Story, who's the Executive Director.
Good afternoon, everybody.
Good afternoon.
I came prepared with my glasses. All right. I would like to start my report off today with a bang. Boom. Yes. All right. So I wanted to recognize our very own Ken Lemmel for winning the Leading Age Volunteer of the Year award this year. Can we give him a round of applause? A few weeks ago, a group of us had the honor of having dinner with Ken and Marge to help him receive this award for his volunteerism over year after year after year, and his love for the community, everything that he does for Wesley Willows, the Good Samaritan Fund, and our greater community with the Rock River Valley Pantry. And I just want to make it known how big of an award this is. So Leading Age is an association that is a conference that we go to every year. They're an organization that advocates for senior services. And every year they start off with this recognition dinner. And this is for the whole state of Illinois and Iowa. So he was picked as the Volunteer of the Year. So it's a great. And thank you for your community impact here and in Rockford. And we actually have a very short video to show. Hopefully it works. Ozzy's here, so he's going to make it happen.
Is pleased to nominate resident Ken Lemmel for the Leading Age Illinois Volunteer of the Year award. As the longtime chair of our community garden, Ken has transformed a passion for gardening into a meaningful initiative that benefits both fellow residents and the greater Rockford community. Since 2020, Ken and our resident gardeners have donated thousands of pounds of fresh produce from the garden to the Rock River Valley Pantry, providing nutritious food to individuals and families in need. Ken also organizes and leads our annual Resident Gardeners Market. Proceeds from the market go to the Good Samaritan Endowment Fund, which supports residents who have outlived their financial resources. To date, the market has raised over $20,000 for the fund. Ken's work reflects the very best of leading age values: purposeful living, community engagement, and service beyond self. For these reasons, we feel he is an outstanding and deserving choice for the Leading Age Illinois Volunteer of the Year award.
Thank you, Ken, on behalf of everyone here at WSWRH. All right, on to WSWRH. So, have to talk about Ron, I know that was you. So we just wanted to talk a little bit about the point system in WSWRH. We've gotten a lot of questions about what are these points for, and why am I seeing them on my dashboard? What does it mean when I sign up for an event? Why do I get 50 points? Where's my prize? What does it mean? So what this means is when you get points, it means you're engaging in the community. It means that you're taking advantage of the app, you're taking advantage of all the activities that are here, that are offered to you. And of course, when you're engaged, that's good for your well-being, right? It's good for you to try new things. It also has a lot of different dimensions of wellness. So you'll see cultural, you'll see spiritual, physical, all of those things. So it's good to be well-rounded in those things, and WSWRH will help you get there. So different points for different things that you're going to do throughout the month. And for August, what we would like to do is start us off with a challenge. Everybody likes a good challenge, right? You guys up for it?
We love challenges.
Yes, Jill likes it. And if you don't like it, it's Jill's idea. But I know you're going to love it.
There's a bus and I got thrown under it.
I know you're going to love it. So we would encourage everybody to get 500 points. And I will tell you, I've been looking at the dashboard to see who our top point winners are. We have a lot of them that are surpassed 500, but we have a lot that are almost there. You're at 100, 200, and a little bit in between. So we'd like everybody to get 500 points for August. And how you can do that is you can register for events. Let us know that you're coming. Let us know that because we see a lot of people there at our events, but they're not registered on WSWRH. So that's one way you can do it. Once you arrive at that event, you can check in. Each day you can check in to let us know how you're doing. And just a reminder, if you say you're terrible, you're going to get a call. You can also add an event, so if you're volunteering, if you're working out in the garden, for example, if you're doing the bake sale and things like that, you can add that on yourself, and then you can get points that way.
Can you have points for visiting the gift shop?
I don't think it,
Volunteers like people to come and say hello.
I think it just wants you to add an activity, so you try it and let me know if that works. And then you can also read the wellness articles. I was on there today and saw there was a lot of wellness articles that were really good. So those are ways that you can add up your points.
So where do you find your points?
You find them in your dashboard. Question was, where do you find them? You find them in your account. At the very top right, there should be a little dashboard, and you'll see how many points you have for the month. And you'll see the different dimensions of wellness that you mainly go to, and where you could grow in that. So 500 points for August. It will go from August 1st to August 31st. And then as a whole community, we're challenged to get, are you ready? 50,000 points.
Ooh, I bet that's achievable.
I think we can do that. And don't forget staff that's on WSWRH. You can help with this, okay? It's a community effort, so be sure to track your points. All right.
It sounds like this system is not too well liked if you have to bribe people.
Oh, Ron, you made me remember I have to talk about the prizes now. talk about the prizes. So, if anybody who reaches 500 points will be put in a drawing, and we'll have 2 winners that will win $20 activity bucks. So activity bucks can be used for different trips and things like that there is a cost to. So there's some trips coming up. I know, for example, there's a really popular Lake Geneva trip on Friday. Things like that cost, you can use those activity bucks towards that. So we'll have 2 winners. We will also, as a community, if we reach the 50,000, we're going to celebrate by having another music on the patio event. So it's going to be a great time. So join me in getting the 50,000. All right. And then I have an occupancy report, of course. So we have 1 house available on the whole campus for East and West. So we have 1 on the west side. We have 1 on hold. In Willow Suites, we have 12 available overall for all of the buildings and 1 on hold. And then in the Willows Arbor building, we have 23 apartments available and 4 on hold. And so that would be a 93% occupancy rate for the campus. Okay. The only other thing that I have for you today is, it seems like centuries ago, but way back around the 4th of July, we had a storm. We had a couple storms that weekend. And you had a power outage for a few hours. So what happened when we had that happen is a lot of people pressed their pendants at the same time because your power went out. So I would just like to ask you, if it's a storm and your power goes out, there's no need to press your pendant. We're working on it, we're aware. And the reason why is because we want to make sure that our radio systems, our staff are available for the people that really are needing help, okay? So you don't need to do anything if there's a power outage due to a storm. And only press your pendant for immediate assistance, okay? All right, with that, I'll take any questions. Yes?
How do you get off the menu or messages, old messages, like I have some from June still on mine, and this is the end of July. I don't know how to remove them. Or do you guys do that?
And Lenora, are you talking about on Wells Eston?
Yes.
Okay, gotcha. So Lenora has a question about messages on Wells Esta, and I would encourage anyone who has questions to go to an ambassador. So maybe there's an ambassador after the meeting that could help Lenora out. And by the way, I'll just give a plug for our ambassadors. Wow, you guys are doing such an amazing job. The Wells Esta ambassadors know the system in and out. They even know it better than the staff. So congratulations, and thank you for everything that you're doing. So, okay, any other questions for me?
Yes, I had an emergency about 2 weeks ago, and I pushed the pendant 3 times, and nobody answered. And I got the phone call, then I called 911. After the ambulance was here, I got a call back from pushing the pendant. I don't know why it takes so long.
Yes, so the comment was, press the pendant a few times, didn't get a call 911 instead, and then once the ambulance was there, then you were able to get a phone call. So thank you for letting me know. I will just comment, you are supposed to get a call after you push your pendant. If there is a hesitation, you did exactly the right thing. Don't hesitate, call 911. And in some cases, when you know you need 911, press your pendant and call 911, just to, hurry the response system. But I'll get with you after this and get some information from you, okay? All right.
It's
been my experience that if you just push the pendant, nothing happens. But if you push it and hold it for a couple of seconds, then you'll get a quick response. I think that's a problem. A lot of people don't know you have to hold the button for a few seconds.
Yeah, that's a good point. Claudia was just mentioning when you're pressing your pendant, you want to press it firmly in the middle and you want to press it hard. You also will see a little red light that pops up to make sure that it's transmitted. But yes, you definitely want to press it firm enough. Thank you. All right, any other questions for me? Yes, Sandra?
There are those of us who live here, who have need of an ambulance. The ambulance always says the fire engine to follow. When we first moved here, we were cautioned and told several times, don't park in the street, don't have your guests park in the street. And I'm thrilled that you have home instead people going on. That's really awesome. But many of them seem to park in the street and they have big vehicles. And I believe, I'd like to watch fire engines get past that. We're not supposed to be in the street, and it's wonderful that we have these people on the town, but they need to be told, park and drive.
Okay, great comment. Comment was about visitors and home health agencies and things like that parking in the street. We do have a policy where we want everybody to be parking in the driveway due to our emergency responders needing to get through and things like that. So that's a great reminder. Obviously, we have partnerships with them. We can remind them. Thank you. Connie?
I love getting the notices on Valzesta or the text about things being out or something's happening, but we also don't get things when they're finished, like Sweet Store 2 was down, but we never ever heard it ever got fixed. So you never know that when you can start using it again without going and checking all the time. Or there was a couple other things. And when you said about the power, one time the power went out on the west side and not the east side after like 9 o'clock. They didn't know we were out.
Okay.
So I didn't press my button. I just called 1500. But
That'll work too.
So,
Okay. Yes, comment about making sure that we follow through. If you put an update out on alert on Valzesta or a text message, just kind of following through to make sure everybody knows, hey, this has been fixed, or here we are now, here's an update. So appreciate that. Thank you. Oh, Bob.
The WSWRH ambassadors, is there a list of them and a way to contact them for anybody who might like to involve themselves?
Yes. How do you get in touch with the Valzesta ambassadors? You get on Valzesta and you go on groups. You go on groups and there's a Valzesta ambassador list that has everybody's profiles on it. I don't know if there's another way. Is there like a directory or something, Jill?
I know we put out in the green bag for a couple weeks in a row, and when we have room, we'll probably put it on there again. But if you do want to be in touch with the WellZesta ambassador, you can email me, jill.s@wesleywells.org, or you can call me at 6062. And I will let the ambassadors know, and they'll reach out to you. So if you aren't on WellZesta and can't access that group, let me know and we'll get you set up.
Okay, so give Jill a call if you want to get connected to an ambassador. Also look out for any WellZesta open houses as well, where you can get some technical questions answered. Okay? I think that's it. Have a good day, everybody.
The last person from administration is Melissa Wright, who is from sales and marketing.
Hello, everyone. I want to make sure you all know that I'm going to log that I earned 20 WellZesta points for eating half a loaf of banana bread that I bought down at the bake sale earlier today. So we're supporting Wesley
because I would like to recognize two of our sales staff. Brandon already let you all know that Miss Trisha Dietrich is joining our sales team as a senior living sales coordinator. She has really proven that she has the ability to form relationships with residents, and we also want her to be able to do that with people who are looking at making Wesley Willows their home. The other lovely lady that I have up here with me is Paulette Keenan. Do you all know Paulette? Paulette, yes? Yeah, everybody knows Paulette. So Paulette has been with our Wesley Willows family since 2008. Very long time. And she let us know about a month ago that she wanted to retire. Yeah, I know. So I am up here to celebrate Paulette. She began her role here as the concierge for the, at that time, town center before it even opened. Her office was across the street. So her role here was to really manage and keep things in line as the town center opened and we welcomed residents and there was a whole new space for activities. And when I started here, Paulette made sure that I knew very clearly that everything that happened in the town center went through her. And you did things right, which is one of those reasons why I think today we have so many wonderful things that happen here, is because when Paulette started here, she made sure that things ran well. And so we have her to thank for all the wonderful things that happen for so many different parts of our Castletown Center here. She was also tasked with being a part of our Smart Move program. How many had Paulette do a floor plan? A little tape measure, a little furniture placement, yep. So Paulette was also tasked with going to people's homes and helping them decide what they were going to bring to Wesley Willows and how they were going to make it their home. She has recently been also part of our sales and marketing team as our coordinator, keeping us organized, working through occupancy, continuing with that Smart Move program, and now I know that in this next chapter, she is going to devote a lot of time to her family, not only to her husband, but to her grandchildren. And she also says she's going to volunteer. I've given her some ideas that are here. So I know that this is not the last time we will see Paulette, but I just want to thank her for all she has done. So thank you.
Thank you, I appreciate this. I have been in a lot of your homes, both here and before you moved to the campus, and I thank you for your hospitality and welcoming me to your home. I've made such great relationship connections with a lot of you. So I hope that continues. I know I sometimes see some of you at Costco or in Woodman's or at the shoebox in Black Earth. So if you see me, please, come up and say hi. I would love to make that connection again out in the general community. Being part of this community that changes lives, I will never take for granted. So thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Have a little celebration set up outside of here. You can have one of Paulette's favorites, cheese. and some other goodies that Chef Michael and the dining team have prepared. I also want to give a big thank you for 2 recent resident referrals. One comes from our COO, Brett Nelson, for referring his parents to Wesley Willows, and he will receive a $500 bonus. And then I believe, if I am right, Brett, is that something you're going to go on a big Vegas vacation with?
Donating it to Wesley Willows.
Brett will be donating that to Wesley Willows. No pressure for the next one. Mr. Bob Bosma referred his friends who are also here, John and Janet Stewart. So you will also get a check for your $500, the more the merrier resident bonus. So I'm not doing cash anymore. Our CFO was like beside herself when she heard that I was just giving out cash here. So it'll be in check form moving forward. And I think that's all I have today, unless anybody has any questions. No? Great, thank you.
Before we adjourn, just a quick announcement. Beginning next month, at this point in the council meeting, the WSWRH ambassadors are going to present some very short educational snippets for your pleasure. And so they should be very, very short. And there will be an ambassador after the meeting to answer some of those questions. So we're doing this just to give everybody just some upgrades, and so you don't feel like you could have to make an appointment or anything. So we're going to try this, see how it works. And for those of you who don't like WSWRH, you can close your eyes and you'll not pay any attention, I guess. The next meeting is August 26th, same place, same time. So if there's no further business, we'll adjourn the meeting and go enjoy some cheese and crackers.